What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 66 of the Average AF podcast.
What up?
I never introduced myself, so I am Adam McElroy.
Started off first.
Here with the co-host, as always, Mr. Ryan Baker.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest tonight, Mr.
Special.
Steve Bollinger.
So special.
Clap, clap, clap.
Applause. So much clapping. Oh my God.
Glad to have you on, man. We appreciate you coming by.
Welcome aboard.
And this is the second episode or really, I guess, the first episode that Justin's behind the scenes,
Yeah, what?
running everything.
Yeah.
So shout out to Justin.
Hey guys.
No applause.
What up?
He feels very important, and he is very important to us because now I don't have to do a million things.
It's like he's got his own little office back there, too. It's
Right.
nice. Nice little setup.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, and he helped me put everything up today, so he kind of got to see how everything's built and put together and all that kind of stuff, and probably got a little more of an appreciation for what goes on.
Check it out on Instagram.
Yeah, it took us like an hour and a half to get everything set up in here.
Jeez.
Yeah, it took a long time. But if things look a little different, that's because we are in a different room in my house.
Yep, different environment.
Things looks different. It's because they
Yes. The decoration is exactly the same, but it might look a little off, and that's because, again, we're in a different room. I'm like way too committed to this podcast because I moved everything into my bedroom, which is
Right.
way bigger
Much bigger.
than the other room, and I moved my room into the much smaller room. So
Yeah, you're not using it though.
yeah, so that's definitely dedication. But the first thing we want to talk about with Steve is Kanye.
Kanye West.
we got to
Oh,
get into
Kanye.
this. We got to get into this. So if you don't know, yesterday, which was Saturday, Kanye West was on an episode of Joe Rogan.
Was
It's
he on
probably
it?
kind of cliche to talk about because everybody's going to talk about it, but I also can't not talk about it.
Right, it's something that has to be.
So Justin saw it. Justin saw the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I watched the whole thing.
So Justin saw the whole thing. I know you said you watched
Half of it.
about half
a
of
little
it.
more.
Baker hasn't seen any of it.
I saw nothing.
He read a review about it.
Holy
and,
shit.
Like 2 seconds before.
Yeah, like I read the review and
Yeah, and then
It's like, oh shit, we're talking about Kanye.
right, yeah, and then I watched the whole thing over at Steve's, and I guess I just want to get your impression of what you heard so far. You said you got about halfway through.
Yeah, so I don't typically listen to Joe Rogan. I
Right.
don't typically listen to Kanye, but I knew we were talking about it, so I wanted to ish what was going on. I didn't want to, come to a show and not,
Right.
watch the thing we're going to
you
talk
didn't want
about.
to be like Baker.
Right, exactly.
I got you.
In so many
I got
words.
you. That makes sense.
Our guest is more prepared
Yeah.
than our co-host, so if
But
that's not the epitome of this show, I don't know what is.
the worst part about the whole interview was like there were a couple of moments where I was like, "Fuck, dude, don't I vote for Kanye West?" Like a little bit. Like at a couple of moments, there were like, "Fuck, I kind of do." A little
I mean,
bit.
I feel the exact opposite because
All I will say is just like not this year.
right, the man is clearly psychotic. Not really.
According to Kanye.
Yeah, not really. I mean, he had like I could see what he was trying to say. You know what I mean? I saw his points and all that, but he just went off on tangents and
He loses the
That
details.
sounds like a typical
Yeah.
Kanye.
He's got no details. He'll be talking about like this great idea, and you're like, "Oh, that's interesting. How are you going to do that, Kanye?" He's like, "By telling you about something completely
Right.
different."
well, by the grace of God. And
By the grace of
I don't know how many times he said God or referenced his religion.
Well, dude, just from what I was reading, like he referenced everything to God now, and
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh, dude! Like I understand people believing and all that stuff, but
he's
there's-
starting a church
Yeah, like that's just
/
kind of-
monastery
Yep.
/ school.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure. I was having trouble following if they were the same thing or if they were all different.
All
things.
different
Right.
things.
He's also starting a new NASA.
Yes, a new NASA.
A new NASA.
And he said,
No offense to the old
yeah,
NASA.
Right. No
Right,
offense to the old
right.
NASA, but we need a better NASA.
Oh, what in
Uh,
the
Oh
world?
man, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. I wish you would have seen it. I don't know the proper way to say it.
Seen it.
Seen it. Okay. Well, I'm
There
from
wasn't.
Belleville.
I mean, you
so-
didn't have to watch. I listened to it.
Well, yeah,
Right.
whatever. But
so-
I'm gonna need you to listen to a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I'll try.
over the next couple days.
I'll try.
Like, yeah, I can't remember most of it. I think it's just I'm not on Kanye's level.
Yeah, I mean nobody is.
No, it's hard to be on his level.
Yeah. So what I did about an hour in, I started taking notes
Really?
of the shit that Kanye said.
Okay.
Now again, this was about an hour in because I was like, he's been saying a lot of wild shit.
And meanwhile, every once in a while, Joe will go, "Really?"
Yeah. I just loved the cuts to Joe, and he's like,
So, like, there was one where he's like talking about like how Bruce Lee and his brother were killed by the Chinese triad, and Joe's like, "No."
right,
No.
that's not what happened.
He's like, "Well, some people think that they were," and Joe's like, "Well, yeah, it's a conspiracy that like that's not
Right.
the other, but like how they actually died was."
right.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Let's move on.
Yeah, he was all over the place. So I want to read a couple quotes, and I know Justin's going to recognize these. He's obviously seen it all. Some of these might be news to you if you haven't listened to the whole thing yet, and it's all going to be news to you.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear your reactions about what was said. So these are in order because I just took them, took notes as we went. The first thing that I was like, I need to take some fucking notes is he said, "I'm like Deadpool for God."
Oh yeah.
So this is what got you to start taking notes?
Yeah. I was like,
Fuck,
oh
what was
wow.
he like?
He was
It's
talking
hard to
about
even
like
reference.
God.
he was talking. I don't even know exactly what he was talking about, but it was something about like being above everything. Like you can't kill me, you can't hurt me because of God, and like all this, and take away all the pain.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm basically like Deadpool. He's like, for God. Like, yeah.
It sounds like Kanye.
So that is a Kanye one. This next one is even more of the epitome of Kanye.
Okay.
You ready? I'm the human version of Instagram.
I think that was around the time that he said he had to get an injection in his thumb because he hurt his thumb texting.
Yeah, because he was texting too much.
Because he was texting like carpal tunnel
Yeah.
almost.
I don't know, but Joe was like, "You texted so much you hurt your thumb." He's like, "Yeah, I text a lot."
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot.
Hell
He said, I think he said, I got a lot of friends. I think that's what he said.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I think you said hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The next one, he said, basically, Joe was talking about like, and you're preaching all this, like, because God's telling you to, or something along the lines. And he said, it's coming from God and I'm used as a channel. So what he means is he's a prophet. That's what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
That's the definition of a prophet.
He says that, like, he says a lot of that shit. Like, I feel like any vision, like he'll be like, "I'm a visionary."
Yep.
I'm
But
a-
he did call himself a visionary a couple times, but then also Joe called him a visionary once, and he's like, that's kind of a strong word. But then later he kept calling himself a visionary again.
I will say, dude, he got into like some point where he's talking about like how he doesn't have an ego, or like how God gave him this ego to use for like a certain purpose, and like I don't know, like Joe was like, I won't say it was bad, like he was talking to him well, and it was like talking to him in a way that trying to get him to expand on like all
Right.
these different.
Joe was
ideas.
trying.
I thought he was a good interviewer.
He did what he
But-
could. He did what he could.
Like there would just be 30 minutes straight of just like Kanye just going.
Dude, for real.
He's one of those that
go.
like he's hard to stop talking though,
Yeah.
and he'll run around in circles. Like that sounds like I haven't seen this or heard the
Yeah.
podcast, but that sounds exactly like Kanye in any type of situation or interview
Basically,
or anything.
like-
Like he just wants to hear himself talk.
Pushing how he needs to be the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
Yep. There's
Crazy.
actually a quote about that, and I'll skip to it. Where'd it go? So I'll skip to it now, which it came later in the episode. This is a 3-hour long episode, by the
see,
way.
if I heard it, he said it a lot of times then.
Right, because you only listened to like
He
the
said
first
it
half.
over and over.
So Joe asked him about like people voting for him and like, being the actual, leader of the free world and like whatever. And he got to a point where he said, it's technically possible for me to win now and it'd be the best thing for America.
It's not possible, Kanye.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
Definitely not possible.
He's like, I'm on the ballot in like 12 states, and if just everybody voted in all 12,
all 12 states.
Like, that's the thing. I can see Kanye West becoming the president. Like, in my mind's eye, it's like, not this year.
Right.
But, like, someday, like, if somebody said Kanye West is president in 2020, I'd be like, yeah, that fits.
So
I mean, I could see it down the road.
I did say he's the music version of Trump. Because they talk exactly the same.
Well, then, I mean, you got to get down into, like, the nitty-gritty of it. If, like, there's the conspiracy is, like, is Kanye doing this for Trump?
Right.
To split a vote. To, like, get black voters to, like, vote for him.
Well,
like,
he actually talked about that, too, in the episode.
I didn't get to there.
And he responded with a lot of craziness that wasn't noteworthy.
I'm glad you asked. Let me
Right.
tell you about my church.
Right.
Man.
The next thing he said, he was basically talking about how he tries to think on a bigger scale and things like that, and tries not to worry about like the little stuff. And he's talking about his music at this point. He said, I was gonna buy my masters, like the final copies of his music,
Yeah.
but I realized that's too small of a thought. I'm gonna buy Universal. They're only a $33 billion organization. But he also talked about multiple times that he's in debt by $50 million.
Yeah.
See, that's the
But
thing.
how
like,
he's going
when-
to get the world out of debt.
Right.
Oh, dude. I'm glad you said that.
Oh, God.
Because according to Kanye, he's like, I looked into it. The world's got so much debt that we can't even afford to buy the world.
Right. Yep.
And so I thought about it, and I thought, how much is the world even worth?
Yep. That's a real thing Kanye said.
That's almost verbatim.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much exactly
Wow.
what he said.
That's insane.
He also said, I'm existing in the future, but I'm living in the now.
We're 20 years past the future. The future was 2000. We're in 2020. We're in the future. Again, almost exact quote.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
dude.
mean,
Yeah, this sounds exactly like Kanye.
so me and Steve, we watched it, and within 45 minutes, we were like looking at each other like this isn't even like funny anymore. Like at first it was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going. And we stopped it or like checked the time on it like 3 different times. We're like, how much longer does this have?
How much more torture do I have to go
Yeah, because
through?
we committed to watching the full 3 hours. Dude, and it felt like 5.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. And what irritates me, dude, is like I'm thinking back to like Kanye's old records and stuff, like the College Dropout and Late Registration and stuff like that. And dude, those albums were fire.
Right.
Like when he first came out and then it just, what the hell happened?
Dropped off.
I mean, that's the thing, though. He still makes good music, probably.
not-
I'll be honest. I don't listen.
not anymore.
I'm not a big
Really?
like any of
He's
his
still
other
got a
stuff.
following, though.
Like he still
yeah.
makes the music, but it's definitely not like it used to be. Like
He
his
made a
first
whole
2
gospel
albums,
album.
His first 2 albums
that
were fire.
kind of said something about.
Right.
And then everything else after that just kind of started falling down.
But that's why I commented on your Facebook post
Yeah.
what I did. Because I was like, that's 3 hours of Kanye.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
It was wild and like
I put myself through that
yeah.
for you.
Thank you. I've never been a big fan of Kanye either, but that's because I found out about him being a douche before I listened to his music.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, he's a douche to me.
yeah.
I mean, he's shown it on multiple occasions.
Right.
Hell yeah.
My favorite was he was like, sometimes you just got to snatch the microphone away from people that are spouting lies.
Right. Yeah. He was actually talking about his dad at that point, and he's like, oh,
Referencing
like,
Taylor
I thought he
Swift
was
as well.
That's what I was saying.
But
I
yeah,
thought
he
no,
was,
he
like,
said
reminiscing
something
on
where he's
Taylor
like, he
Swift.
was like, as some of you have seen.
right. Yeah.
Right,
He said something
like-
like father like son or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't even remember.
Which,
And I
by
think-
the way,
I
that
think-
did take balls though for him to do what he did.
True. But I think he also said something about like how his dad being a Black Panther and now how Black Panther is like about being Disney and how Disney is controlled by
Yeah.
like the white image.
Yeah. There was a lot
was-
going on.
It was a lot. going
He
on.
also said, I don't wear white anymore.
At all.
Yeah. Which
I
was
get to
just
that.
like wild to me. He's like, nope, I don't. But then actually, now that I think about it, he took off his white shoe. He was wearing 2 pure white shoes.
But he doesn't wear white anymore.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's
I didn't even
Kanye.
think of that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Kanye.
He also said, my masseuse said I need to drink more water.
Probably
Just
right.
Thank you for that.
interesting out of nowhere, basically.
Fun fact about Kanye.
Right. And then, so towards the end, about the 2.5 hour mark, there was about a half hour left, and Kanye just started to, like, shut down. I tweeted, I said, there's a glitch in Kanye. Like,
There's a glitch in
like
Kanye.
something happened. Because he's just sitting there, like, straight face and just, like, shut down.
I need to pray.
What's that?
I need to pray.
Yeah. Yeah. He said I need to pray. And that's actually one thing that I had written down here. Joe asked him a question. I forget what the question was. And he literally paused for, like, I would say realistically 20 seconds, which is a long time.
Yeah, like when you're on the air and stuff.
Yeah. And
It's a hell of
Joe just stared at him, just like waiting for his answer.
Which makes it even longer when somebody's staring at you.
It was about 20 seconds, and Kanye is just zoned out, looking at nothing, like looking down. And then he comes back in and he said,
was speaking to him.
he just said, I just said a prayer in this situation. And he's like, okay, well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next president of our United States.
Right.
Dude, yeah. So it was wild. I don't even, those are all the notes I had on it. But
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it was exactly what we expected.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what we expected of a 3-hour Kanye episode.
But I don't know. I mean, some of it's got to be an act. Like, at a certain point, he's got to be lying to himself or lying to
Oh, dude,
the people
I
he
don't
around
know.
him.
lying to him. Dude,
Like-
it's not
like,
an act, though. Like, that's
it's not
Kanye.
fully. He's definitely got some kind of like bipolar or something or other or
Well, yeah.
something. Like,
Well, from what I was reading, again, I didn't see this yet, but it seemed like he talked about bipolar
He
a
did.
little bit.
He
But then
talked about
seeing
it and,
how,
like-
talking about like how everybody's being affected by it in America, even as children. And
he talked a little bit more so about it and like how when he said something on like MTV or some show, and that was when they like turned around. I think he said something like slavery was a choice, and like how it got taken out of context and how it was like at that moment that like people were trying to push him into like mental health stuff, and he started taking pills and stuff that like started taking away from his creativity. So like you got to wonder as well, like him as a person just in general, like imagine being suppressed by like those drugs that like even if bipolar is like a strong high, strong low, like
right.
he still makes good music. It's where creativity comes
but
from.
if this is the mild version of Kanye, like if this is the
I don't think he's
drugged up
taking
version,
those drugs now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, there's definitely something going on.
I mean, talking to God, that's like bipolar definition.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Yeah, he did say multiple times that God literally called him, and he said literally called him. Like God literally called me. He said literally and called me.
God gave me a fake number.
He didn't say
Right.
God. Yeah, he didn't say God talked to me.
God called me.
He said God literally called me.
What do you think he has God's picture saved as in his phone?
Yeah, what's his? I don't know.
I bet it's a picture of himself.
Oh my God.
I bet you it's the emoji.
Yep.
It's got to be
Prayer
the praying
hands.
emoji.
Prayer hands. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say on the topic. I just wanted to bring it up because it's obviously big news, craziness. I'm sure, Steve even said yesterday, not this Steve Hardy, said basically, I'm excited to see the memes that come out of this.
Right.
Which I actually haven't seen any yet.
Not yet.
I haven't seen any yet, which is
It's
surprising.
it's a lot to
Well,
filter
it's
through.
a 3-hour podcast, so you got to think about it.
And there's a
somebody's
lot
not
of
just going to
things,
make
like-
a 2-second meme.
Yeah,
maybe,
they are.
Maybe that's
They're gonna
Kanye's
That's the internet.
strategy.
That's the internet.
They got to see where they're going to pick.
You're barely
pick and
on the
choose.
internet. You don't get to. You don't.
Yeah, I guess
There
that's
wasn't
why
a
I
lot.
didn't even know
I think
about
it's because
that.
it came out on a Saturday. Everybody's memeing on
Maybe
Monday
they're-
through Friday when they're bored at work.
Maybe that's what it is.
Everybody's
Yeah.
memeing.
Yeah, memeing. Well, yeah.
Maybe that's Kanye's strategy is to just like go in so many different directions that people are like, fuck, we don't even know what's gonna stick.
Right. True that.
What's your last thoughts on Kanye?
What about the last part when he talked about his whole government thing and how he feels the whole world?
Dude, I don't even. I think I checked out at that point.
Did he
I
say
don't-
Illuminati?
I mean,
No,
No.
I don't think he did.
no. That part of it after he had to pray
Yeah.
made sense.
Dude,
I
that was
mean-
the scary part of some
That
of the
was the
interviews.
scariest
where he
part.
would be
Like, I
talking
get what
about
he's
like
saying.
how we got to deconstruct some of these ideas in our society, and I'm like, yeah,
I was like, holy
Go-
shit,
go more
Kanye
into
just
that.
makes sense.
like
Right, he
go
wouldn't.
go into detail. Like, what do you mean,
Right.
Kanye?
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
He's like, I'm a revolutionary.
Right. Right.
All right.
Yeah, that's the problem. He never went into detail about anything.
Fair.
He had a lot of good overall ideas, but
I think the people that need to will actually take some of his ideas and use them.
I mean, maybe.
Like, hopefully he's just paying some of these people like a fuck ton of money, and he's just like, go fix this shit.
I
Like,
think that's what
I
he's
hope
doing,
Kanye's
which
doing.
is fine.
Yeah, but how's he gonna pay
I can
that
get
money
behind.
with that much
Yeah.
in debt?
I don't know.
Mm.
A lot of the
Alone from the
podcast made
Kardashians.
sense. So this is what I'll say. 60% of the podcast made sense, while 60% didn't make sense. And yes, there's an overlap there, and that's the fucking point.
That was the scary part.
Yeah, like that's the weird part about the whole episode.
Joe Rogan made sense.
Yeah,
That was
That
only
was it.
2% of the interview, though.
right.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to dive in too much more about this because we've already spent
Welcome
like 20
to the
minutes on it,
Average as
15
Fuck
minutes.
podcast, where we break down Joe Rogan Experience.
Right. Dude, I've actually gotten really upset about, like, kind of, obviously you're joking, but like there's people on YouTube, like I follow a lot of MMA stuff, and there's these sites that's like, you know, Brendan Schaub said this about whoever or whatever, and they literally just record his podcast and put it as their own video.
Put like a little window. Like
Yeah, and they're like, this is crazy. Like, he said this, and like, wow.
I watch those
Right.
kinds
Yeah.
of shows all the time. It's called The News.
Well, right, but like, and then they get like hundreds of thousands of views.
Like crazy.
yeah,
amounts.
and I'm like, you didn't do anything. You just took a clip from another guy's episode and talked about it for 30 seconds.
That's called YouTube
culture, though.
hustling.
I mean,
bruh.
it's like
Yeah,
That's the hustle life.
it's to be a personality, right?
I don't know. I think I have a little more integrity. I hope.
That's just lazy fuckers.
Yes.
Yeah, straight
Yes.
up.
Well, let's actually get into the meat of the episode, because me and Steve have known each other since we were like
12?
12, yeah, 6th grade, however old you are in 6th grade. He's actually been my friend longer than Jerry has.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Same
Now-
bus.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if early friendship is like, I guess that's friends.
Yeah, I mean, I remember us getting into like,
Trouble on the bus.
well, getting in trouble on the bus and also getting mad at each other on the bus a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, there were a lot of fights on the bus between me
Oh
and him.
shoot.
I remember explicitly once I fell asleep one morning and nobody woke me up.
Yeah, we
Did you
love
wake
that
up at the
kind of
bus
bus.
garage?
No, I woke up at the elementary school and I was like, I stand up, I'm like, Sandy, I think I fell asleep.
Oh my God, I miss Sandy. She was the best bus
That's
driver ever.
awesome.
But yeah, like,
Hold on.
did you get it?
I don't know.
But you open your hand so it flies
Nope.
away again.
Nope.
I'm gonna get.
But yeah, so we let him sleep. We all sat in the back of the bus because
That's
like
where the cool
that,
kids
I was
sit.
about to say that's where the cool kids
we
sit.
were
Obviously.
both like within the first couple pickups in the morning.
Dude, I remember like early memory as a kid, like to sit in the back of the high school bus, like you had to take turns getting slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah, there
that's
was
rough.
like
Was that
Yeah.
like initiation?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
the-
gang culture.
there was
That's-
legitimate
It's like gang
initiation.
culture.
There was legitimate
gang.
initiation, and like I remember Cody, Cody Mayer would literally like let me punch him in the arm. Do you remember that? And he's like, "Watch this! Like my arm will go numb." And he's like, "Adam, hit me!" And he just puts his arm down and just whack, like right in the shoulder. And he's like, "Oh!" Like
I
that's
remember
what we
Cody
did.
Mayer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there was a lot of
The big thing that like sticks in my head. I remember we were staying at his house one night, and you're gonna think of one thing, but I'm thinking of a very different thing.
ooh, we'll see.
Where we were, I don't remember what exactly we were doing, and I remember like we're messing around or we're fucking around, and Cody he like sneaks up from behind and he cocks a fucking shotgun next to my head.
Yep. We're in like what 7th grade?
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Like, yeah.
Oh dude, no. It was older than that because I don't think we hung out there until like I could drive.
Okay.
So it was
yeah.
probably like 15, 16.
Okay. But yeah.
Oh my
like
god.
obviously the point was to just startle, but like yeah, it definitely stuck.
Yeah.
Did it startle you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Just so you guys know, I just tagged Kanye West in our story.
Yes, I like it. I hope he shares
He's gonna
it.
retweet us.
Oh man, we're talking mad shit about him though. Oh well,
We love you, Kanye.
we don't.
I might vote for you. Not this year.
But yeah, like we had a lot of jumps built for the dirt bike.
Did I get jumped over or did you get jumped over?
You got jumped over.
No, Cody got jumped over.
Okay, Cody got jumped over.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he wouldn't. I think you only rode the dirt bike like once or twice.
Oh, dude, because I think I ate shit the first time.
Yeah.
This one's the throttle.
Yeah, he whiskey throttled.
Yes.
Whiskey throttled so bad. For those of you guys who don't know, that's basically where you're pulling back the throttle and you get scared. So you white knuckle it and pull it back all the way.
And then I only ever rode quads after.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did that to my cousin's
wheels.
dirt bike
Yeah.
and ruined his handlebars.
Yep.
To this day, I owe him.
Still somehow, I don't know how I flip so many quads.
Yeah, that's
Probably the same way.
Yeah. But
This is the throttle.
yeah, a lot of shenanigans happened between me and him. I remember another night at Cody's, we were spending like some time at his neighbor's house in the basement.
Ding dong. Oh, yes.
We did ding dong ditch a lot
That
and
was a
had
different
dogs chase us multiple times.
Gotta love ding dong ditching.
Where we'll get to that in a minute, but Steve has been in my phone as Mojo
/ Tiny Dancer.
Yeah, and then in parentheses, Tiny Dancer.
Tiny Dancer?
Yep, since we were 15.
I think it's because of that old lady.
That's what
I think
it is.
she's the one who mentioned Tiny Dancer, too.
She's the one that mentioned... Well,
Mojo. Oh, no,
she
'cause
mentioned
compared me to
Mojo.
her
because we were
friend, who I
talking
imagine
about...
was like this 50-year-old toothless dude.
Yeah, we were... Yeah, that's... Yeah.
Good
we
comparison.
were talking about basically getting in trouble a lot and getting grounded and, like, basically... still being able to kind of hang out with stuff because Cody was grounded at the time, but yet we were hanging out at the neighbor's house, like all of us.
We're getting
and dude's mom comes down and is like, yeah, like we couldn't just call Mojo down the street to come take us everywhere. And this was the time that Steve,
I was Mojo down the street.
yeah, he was the only one with a license at the time. So we'd always call Steve and be like, hey, you want to go to Burger King? Like I'll buy. You know?
So much Burger
I'll
King.
buy
Yeah.
you 5.
What happened to fucking Burger King? Why is it always terrible now?
Yeah, it sucks now. I think
That's
Anyway.
a good question.
Doesn't matter.
yeah, greed probably, corporate greed. But yeah, so he was instantly in my phone as Mojo
That's awesome.
because he's the one that we called
Did
down the
Tiny
street.
Dancer come from something different?
I don't remember what Tiny Dancer came from, to be honest.
Just Mojo down the street.
Because you don't dance. Like it's not like that. Like yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know where that came from. We did Ding Dong Ditch a lot. I remember
Probably the same thing.
I don't know. I remember one time we ding dong ditched at his other neighbor's house, which is up the road a little bit because we lived in the country. It was
To sprint away.
Yep. It was probably, I'd say about a quarter mile away, like not too far, but a decent distance.
Yeah.
While running, fell down an embankment.
Yeah. Okay. Was that
I've
you?
done that and actually fell into a creek.
Dude,
from the
I
ding-dong ditch
just
and did it.
remember
It sucks.
2 things about running away that part. One, basically running off the edge of the road. Like, the road, like, just stopped.
Yeah. he thought he was further down because further down in the road, closer to Cody's house, it did kind of like angle off, and you could have probably ran there, but he cut in too quickly and just like was sprinting. And he played soccer at the time.
Second thing.
So hold on, time out. So he was sprinting ahead of us, and me and Cody are like, this dude's an asshole, like fucking leaving us go. And then we just see him fucking fall out of nowhere and disappear. And then Cody's laughing because he just saw that. And Cody's ahead of me because I'm the slowest one. And Cody's laughing and like turning around laughing at him and keeps running. And he recently put up a wire fence. And he just clotheslined the shit out of himself. And literally, like, it was in the movies, like, did a backflip and had a line around his neck, like somebody
my
tried
God.
to strangle him for,
So-
like, 3
I had
days.
to explain that one away for a couple days.
So
Yeah.
2 things, though, about being the slowest one,
Oh,
right?
God.
So
the slowest one in that case.
first off, none of that shit happened to you.
Right.
I
It
will
was
say, I
great.
feel like we laid in a ditch for 10 minutes before that.
Yeah, we did. And that ditch had a lot of thorns in it. I specifically remember that. Because for some reason, we were under the impression that we're
Somebody
not
was
allowed
coming
to.
for us.
Yeah, we're not allowed to be outside or on the road.
That's
so
understandable.
Anytime a car went by, we just dove in the ditch and like
Get down.
fucking laid there.
Probably would have just
I
been
remember
like,
doing that,
goddamn
though.
Amish kids.
I remember doing
Right.
that. But the second thing to that too is you get to see everything.
Oh man, it was great.
Yeah,
it was
you get
great.
you get firsthand.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, that's funny shit, and I'm not gonna put myself through
If
that.
you're
so
gonna
thank
run
you.
away first, know where you're running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
know your surroundings for sure.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody get clotheslined by a like where they hang their clothes out
Yep.
outside, and we were just I don't even know what we were doing. We were playing like soccer or something, and they went to go get the ball, and they were running for it. Dude, they nailed it. Straight nailed it. And that's
Right.
all you see in the dark, especially, is them running.
And
And
then
you don't
them
know what
flipping.
they hit, and then you just see them flip. It's
Right.
like, dude, what did you? And you get closer, you're like, oh.
And then followed by some groans usually. So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Yep.
oh.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking
that's
of which, like there'll be
fantastic.
times where I'm just like, why does my back hurt? Then I'll come across a video, go, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah, we Steve was a lot of times the test dummy.
That's a good word for it.
I was the filmer. I made sure
Okay.
to designate myself for that every time.
Right.
But yeah, he was definitely the test dummy, and I mean, you name it, jumping out of trees, sliding. We got
Extreme.
we got a sled, and like the back of my house. I don't know if you remember this. The back of my house is like
Somehow
all
I remember
gravel.
all of it.
It's all gravel because it's built up on like this hill. So there's like cement and gravel and shit like that. And to angle it to make it all stay, it's gravel, but it's at like an angle.
Yeah.
But it's like gravel and big chunks of cement. Because like it had like the square cement blocks like for building.
Okay.
So they're like this big and like fucking huge. But going down this hill, they were like broken up a little bit. And we're like, hey, Steve.
You should sled down that.
Yeah,
hill.
we got a sled. You want to go
try
down
it
this?
out, dude.
Yeah. And
I made it down.
Yeah, made it down.
Okay.
He normally had a lot of bumps and bruises. I don't think that one ended too bad, though.
I think I remember a picture of that when I was holding a sword.
Yes. Holding a sword at the top of the
Where
hill.
the sword came from.
All right, guys, a little break in the action here. This is the second week in a row that we forgot to do the ads, so we do want to give a shout-out to our Patreon producers and our small business sponsor, Brubaker Photography. I do want to give a shout-out to, real quick, to the Greener Grass Podcast. Repping the new merch right now. Fucking sexy. But yeah, so definitely check that out. And thank you to our producers. Going off the top of my head here, we got Taylor, Tom, Barili, Sarah, the Teach a Dummy podcast. Man, I'm forgetting Steve and Nate Collins. I believe that is everybody. I really hope so. I apologize if I forgot anybody. Again, I'm off the top of the head, but I'm pretty sure that is everybody. Thank you all so much for, helping us out on the Patreon, and really shout out to all of our Patreon members. We couldn't do this without you guys. We couldn't get this new setup, new lights, new camera, new everything without you guys. So thank you guys so much. And then we did obviously want to shout out our small business sponsor, Brubaker Photography. Find them on Facebook, facebook.com/BrubakerPhotography1. That's BRUBAKER Photography1. They've been great to us. Like I said, they're our first small business sponsor. We're hoping to add more soon. So if you guys know anybody that has anything to advertise, whether it be your day job that you want to advertise, whether it be a Twitch stream, an Instagram account, Brubaker Photography, they started off advertising with us as a birthday present to the operator and the camera woman of the site. So if you guys want to offer any presents in the form of advertising to your friends with small businesses, anything like that, let us know. We'll definitely shout them out every week. And so thank you to everybody that helps us. Thank you. Even if you're just listening, please subscribe, please rate, please review, all that kind of stuff. And we just ask that you tell one person about us this week. Just one. I guarantee if they listen to the episodes, they're going to enjoy it. and hopefully they come back for more. But thank you guys again. Recording solo because obviously we forgot. So this is the next day. But yeah, thank you guys for all your support. Back to the action. Yeah, I don't.
My favorite was Walmart wheelchair.
Oh, go
Not
ahead.
to be confused with Walmart shopping cart. They were different.
Yes.
Those two different things.
Yes. Go ahead and tell the wheelchair story because
Is that one outside the
I think
limited statute?
Walmart
don't know.
shenanigans can be a whole subject.
yeah. Well,
Right.
like
How
so-
we didn't get banned from Walmart.
Well, let's just start this off by saying this was after I had basically like I tore some tendons in my hand. This
Is that
wasn't
when you fucked up your hand?
No, this wasn't when I shattered it.
Oh, it was a car accident.
No, this was yeah, I don't want to get into the story. But basically some bullshit happened at football that shouldn't have happened. So basically I'll tell you. So
To make a short story long.
yeah, so
Right.
football practice, sophomore year, we're all it's the day before a game. We're doing kickoff return, right? And our quarterback has asked all season to do kick returns in practice, just to fuck around. Like nobody's tackling or
Was
anything.
it Travis Hisson?
Yes, we're going half speed and everything like that. So he's not going to get hurt. Coach
Right.
lets him do it, right? So we do a kickoff, we run down, and we're going half speed, right? So play ends, like all good. We basically just tap him and like whatever. He's the quarterback. We're not going to fucking hit him.
Right.
And the next play, we get back in the huddle. The coach goes, "Hey, just so you guys know, like we are going half speed, but you can still sprint down there. So still sprint down there, but obviously don't hit anybody. But I need you guys to actually sprint." So I'm like, cool. So do the kickoff. I'm sprinting towards Travis, and I get pretty close to him, but I hold myself up.
Yeah.
And I go like this, and he doesn't see me stopping, so he panics and puts his head down and tries to like truck me, basically. And I have my hands out like this, and my fingers get caught in his face mask, and he goes like this to try to like truck me basically, and just ripped my fingers like out of his face mask.
Why do I
So-
feel like that
That's
your
rough.
leg was wrapped up too?
It was because. So that's the thing. So I had my hand all bandaged. To make a short story long, I had my whole hand bandaged for that reason because it was all fucked up. And then I had a stress fracture in my foot, which isn't anything too terrible, but they actually give you a walking boot for it.
Yeah.
I never really wore it or anything, but we decided to go to Walmart, and did we go there with this intention, or
Probably
did we
not.
decide?
I just think that we would go, I'm bored. Let's go to Walmart because we can get on board.
Yeah.
So we did.
Yeah.
And then we went in and we're like, this guy looks like he needs a wheelchair. Not like one of the, the nice electric ones. So we just took, one of the manual ones.
Oh,
Right.
God.
And I think Jerry was with us.
Jerry
because
was definitely with us.
I didn't know how to collapse a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Jerry's like, move.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting ahead of myself. So we're walking around Walmart pushing this guy. And so we're like,
Like a goddamn king.
That's what I'm
do
talking
you
about.
do you think they'd notice if we just push it out into the parking lot?
Absolutely
Do you think
not.
they would notice if it
No.
just
So-
never came back?
Oh, God.
So what we did, we started to go out, and my whole left side is got a boot on, my hands wrapped, and I try to make myself look like a little extra bummy, like for sad points.
It's not that hard.
Yeah, very easy to do. Basically, I just showed up.
All right.
And so I'm all fucked up in this wheelchair, and the guy, we go out, and the guy's like, "Oh, you can't walk out with the wheelchair," and we're like, "That's cool, man," but
Look at this guy.
it
Should have been like, dude, I'm rolling out with the wheelchair.
Well,
I ain't
that-
walking out with it.
well,
I'm
that's-
rolling out.
I was like, "You're a dad." So,
So-
I was
so
like,
daddish.
I was like, "Man, our car's right there. Can I just roll out to there and we'll bring it back?" And he's like, "Nah." And I'm like, "Man, come on. I'm clearly I just don't want to walk this." And he's like, "All right, man." He did us a fucking solid.
Right?
And we get out to the car, immediately pop the trunk, and the guy is standing in the doorway.
Trying to put it into the trunk full.
Yeah, the guy's standing in the doorway watching us like what the fuck? And yeah, we're trying to get it in there. We have no idea. And Jerry's like, "Get the fuck out of the way." and picked it up by the center, which is how you collapse a wheelchair. Yeah. And we're like, oh shit, and threw it in and just fucking sped off. And yeah, so like the dude hooked us up, was like, all right, man, like I feel it, you're hurting, like
gets another wheelchair out of storage.
Right.
They did it again. It right in front of them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was.
So he just said these fuckers are about to take this anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he probably said the same thing he says every day, just like, I'm not getting paid enough.
Yep.
See ya.
And then we take it to my parents' basement. We come up with a great lie because the way that Jerry knew how to collapse a wheelchair is because his brother had been in a wheelchair before.
Okay.
So we told my parents that this was Jerry's brother's old wheelchair.
So we duct taped the back of it.
Well, right.
Because it says Walmart.
Yeah, we didn't realize on the back it's printed on. It's not like a sticker.
Oh, right.
You can't peel it off.
That
like it's printed
in there.
and it says huge property of Walmart. And so we duct taped the back and we were like, yeah, this is Jerry's brother's.
Obviously genius.
And
yeah, I mean, the duct tape puts the wear and tear.
Right.
Meanwhile,
in it, so.
like Adam's mom comes down into the basement. Why do you guys have a fucking wheelchair from Walmart?
Right.
What?
What are you talking about?
Look at it. It's totally not from Walmart.
No, she didn't say from Walmart. She didn't know, but we like
Sure, she didn't.
well,
You
right.
could have just wrote like not Walmart's on the duct tape on the back. Be
Well,
like,
yeah,
no,
we
see,
covered
it's
it
not
up.
Mom, look,
Walmart's.
not property of Walmart.
Yeah.
But she was like, are you sure he just gave that to you? Because that's a really nice wheelchair. And we were like, yeah,
It was
yeah.
comfy.
Yeah, it was a great one.
I got really good at like the balancing thing.
All right.
There's a legendary picture of me and Jerry and Joel, and I think you're in the picture. I don't remember. Do you remember planking when everybody was planking on stuff?
Yeah.
Jerry did a wheelchair plank.
What?
And was on his stomach in the wheelchair and balancing. Like when you lean back and stuff. He was doing that on his stomach.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have the picture on my Facebook if you go far enough back.
That's epic.
But yeah, it's
I think you took that wheelchair to the party house.
yeah, I did. Yeah, so yeah, and then it got destroyed because
I remember taking that wheelchair down the same hill as the sled.
yeah. Yep.
But
Yep. But at the party house, which was Wood Street, we had a buddy that we were all, not in our right mind at the time. And
understand.
there's a lot of people there, so I didn't really know what's going on. He found the wheelchair and took it out to the road and bombed a hill on the wheelchair.
What?
It's
And
the
guess
way the
what
wheelchair
happened?
would have wanted to go.
Guess what happened? He crashed.
And
And-
needed a wheelchair.
Yeah, and didn't have a functioning wheelchair anymore.
Oh, God.
It was all kinds of fucked up.
Somebody get this man a wheelchair.
Yeah. So we were like, well, yeah, like that's how he would have wanted to go out. But
I need a wheelchair because I wrecked my wheelchair.
Right.
Like,
but yeah, he took it.
Because I wrecked Walmart's wheelchair.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't even know, man. There's so many stories that
Shit. I just remembered why do I remember just sitting outside a sex shop in that wheelchair for like an hour?
yeah, well, because so this is the genius of us, okay? So this is how smart we are, right? We're probably 17 at the time,
Probably.
16, something
Old
like
enough
that.
to go to jail.
Yeah, old enough
Old
to
enough to go to jail.
yeah, old enough to know what the fuck we're doing. But this is again how smart we are. So Walmart on Possum Run, right? This is where we are. This is where we stole the wheelchair, right?
And the shopping cart.
Well, yeah. But basically, it's over on Hanley, I guess. But we went like a quarter mile away and got the wheelchair out of the shop, out of the trunk.
Were we going to Taco Bell or something?
I don't know, but we just played
think
That
in the
makes sense if you
wheelchair.
ended up at the adult
It's
store.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sex shop.
We played in the wheelchair for like an hour at the sex shop parking lot with a Walmart that says, or with a wheelchair that says property of Walmart. And we're like, this is safe. Like, nobody's going to know.
Right.
This isn't going to draw any attention to anything.
Makes sense.
Childhood.
Yeah, I mean, we were dumb. We did also steal a shopping cart or borrowed a shopping cart for an extended amount of time.
That story was a lot less like the way I remember that one. I think we were doing donuts in the Walmart parking
Yep.
lot. And I was like, Adam, stop. He's like, fuck, what? Did I hit some? I jump out. I grab a wheelchair, take it up over my head.
A cart, not a wheelchair.
Or fucking grab a shopping cart, throw it up over my head, throw it into the back of the truck, jump back in. I'm like,
go. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
Let me just throw this in there.
Yeah. So
and that one had to go to my house.
yes, it did.
And then my parents got mad.
That takes some skill though to get a shopping cart into the
It was
back
quick.
of a truck.
It
I
was
used to be strong.
it was
I used to be strong.
it was in the truck before I knew what he was doing. And I was
Okay.
like, oh shit. All
That
right.
works.
Well, I guess we're stealing stuff today. So let's go.
Why else were we at Walmart?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Nothing ever good comes from Walmart.
Except everything.
Yeah.
That was our whole childhood.
Oh,
I
feel
got
you.
in trouble for stealing like 25 DVDs from Walmart.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I don't think we
Jeez.
ever actually
It was
like
awesome.
went in and I don't remember actually stealing merchandise from Walmart except for like maybe like a toy, like a bouncy ball or some bullshit.
Right.
I mean, if anybody that really cares about me is listening, sorry.
Right. But yeah, I
Ours was
definitely-
more of like just disruption. Like we used to play horse where they had like the big displays where those big bouncy balls
I think we did do that.
with the
We did
open
that a
the
lot,
open
yeah.
top right there. Dude,
Yep.
we'd be like in the freezer section just shooting them over.
Yeah.
And then they'd come over and like yell at us. Or we'd
Honestly, I
play
feel more
tag
bad
and-
about playing tag and like dodgeball and shit than I do about stealing shit.
And it was like like almost football tackle tag.
Well, like, so what I think it was me and Jerry. It might have been me and you. I don't remember.
Fuck, I think I also remember riding down a tricycle in a
Yep.
costume.
Okay, hold on. We'll get to that because I forgot about that. But my
So
mom,
many terrible memories.
they're so great. My mom got like ordered for Christmas a lot of like mini bouncy balls that had snowmen in them, and she ordered them. She probably ordered like 50 of them,
Okay.
and she got them, and then kind of realized like, what the fuck, like kind of present is this? Like she's like, wait, like why did I order these?
What,
like,
what are they gonna do with these?
right. So she gave them to me, bad idea, and said,
Horrible.
hey, do you want these? Like, I'm not actually going to give these to anybody. I said, yeah. So then me, and I think it was Jerry, it might have been you. If you don't remember this, then it was
I
probably
vaguely remember something about a bunch of bouncy balls
Okay.
in the same place where you had your graduation party.
Jerry. No, that was
That's
later.
something different.
Yeah, that was later. But no, for these, me and Jerry just grabbed a handful, which is like 5 or 6 of them, and we're in Walmart, and we just throw them
Yes.
as high and as far as we could.
Yes.
And it was chaos.
Oh, I bet.
There was so many people like, oh,
I was about
like,
to say, is that all you heard was
Yeah.
ah, oh,
and
eh.
Jerry threw one. Not proud of this. It is hilarious though.
He hit a baby.
He did.
Oh,
He did.
I bet.
He did.
I knew it.
Oh,
He did.
come
We
on.
I
heard-
definitely wasn't there for this.
We
one.
heard
I
doom,
definitely
and then a
wasn't.
baby start crying, and we were like, oh,
Run.
yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
that was the end of that. But we got rid of probably 40 of the small bouncy balls just by doing that.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it was great. It was awesome.
Best bang for your
I've
buck.
seen the videos like on Facebook and stuff where those guys are in the aisles and they start throwing like those things of yarn or
Yep.
like pillows over the other aisle and it
Yep.
just starts raining on the people.
Yep.
Oh God, it's great.
This
I
episode
wanna do that.
titled
It's so funny.
"How big an asshole did you used to be?"
Right.
Right. Right. Well, let me tell you. Let me educate you.
What do you mean used to?
Right.
Well.
Well, that's a different story.
True. Just in
You
different
can
ways.
stay muted, sir, for that one.
I think my
I don't.
best,
I don't do that to Walmart employees.
Dude, we were
anymore.
moving. I
Yeah.
think we were moving my sister into college one time, and me and my dad, he had a fart machine, and we were in a mall.
no.
And this lady and her daughter were like looking at clothes and like kind of like bent over a little bit. So I walked past it and I hit it. Dude, she got up so quick and about smacked the crap out of me to where I had to like back up and just kind of like walk fast away from it.
Oh man.
Oh my God, dude.
I
that
That
think
was
I
moment
met
as a
your
kid
dad.
where you just like fuck up
yeah.
and like somebody else, like another adult that's not your parent, is upset at you. Where you just
Right.
oh no,
Right, like
Right.
what do I do?
This
Oh my
one's
God, oh my God.
Right.
This just went too far.
Right.
I must have really fucked up.
I remember what you were talking about the costume. It wasn't.
It was
a-
motocross gear.
yeah, it wasn't a costume. It was all of my motocross gear.
Helmet,
Yeah,
goggles.
the shoulder pads, the
Yes.
chest protector,
All
all
that.
that stuff.
Riding like a tricycle.
Yep, through
Through
Walmart.
Protection first, man.
Yep, and
right. I was setting a good example for
Absolutely.
children.
It was so crazy because we walked in and we again were super intelligent. We walked in through the auto center because we're like nobody's gonna be out there.
Who was gonna ask questions?
And then-
because I walked in like that. already.
Yeah, he walked in and then
Fortunately, like at least I'm bringing in my own props,
right, we're
except
not
for the
using
except
yours.
for the tricycle.
But we walk in and there was a guy, and I don't remember if he said anything, but he like nodded.
No, we're all right.
Yeah, he was like,
can I help you?
yeah, he was like, can I help
We're
you?
good.
And he's like, no, and he's like, okay, all right.
right.
Like he just let it go,
Oh, man.
and it's. I know I'm there. Obviously, I think Jerry's there.
Probably.
And you just all fucking decked out in everything.
Motocross.
Oakley fucking Oakley goggles.
That's
A
awesome.
huge ass silver
Yeah,
helmet.
awesome. I don't know.
Which
No,
It was
that's
a thing.
awesome.
Eh,
No, that's awesome.
I don't remember if it was last episode. I think we talked about it on an episode about me mowing and like
Yeah.
hitting my head on the
Yeah, so you started
and
mowing with the helmet on.
with
the
my helmet. That
motocross.
was the
Same
same helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, so he came in with that, and the guy just like let us go.
the question is like,
Like you're clearly up to no good.
I
Right.
don't
Like
remember putting it on. So like, did I put it on when we got there? Did I wear it in the car to Walmart?
you wore it into the store. I
Well,
don't.
I know that, but like,
I don't. I
so many
think.
questions.
Yeah, I think you were all decked out except the helmet in the car.
Probably.
And then we were walking in. You put the helmet on.
That
Right.
sounds right.
But
But
going into the store, safety first.
yeah, and then we got a nice video of him trying to drift around a corner.
Thank God most of those videos didn't survive.
Yeah,
So
drift around a corner and then fucking
With the tricycle?
yeah, and fucking fall because he's trying to go too fast.
thank God for protection.
And he has all this
luckily
stuff
you got
on.
the helmet and the chest pad.
I just remember him hitting, and he goes, "Oh," and he goes, "I'm good," and then gets up and starts going again. Yeah, it was great. Good times.
Oh,
So
man.
many people had to have hated us.
Yes.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, we were a nuisance, but like everybody loved us. I think you were pretty much a straight A student or close to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Different shades.
yeah, yeah. When we're out of school, things are
I
different.
think
Yeah,
Kanye
you can't
said
be good
something
all the
about like,
time.
are you just multiple people in one person?
Right. Yep. That would be what
Oh my
Kanye says. Another thing we did was a free cat sign. This is one of my more proud moments.
Nobody got hurt with this one.
Yeah. Well, they were never mind. They were already dead, I guess.
We didn't hurt anything.
Yeah, we didn't do anything, and there were animals harmed, but not by us. So you can't be mad.
We tried to rehome a perfectly good animal.
Yes, we tried to find this cat a home. Now the problem. Let me back up because this is 2011, I would say, because all I remember is you had your license and nobody else
Wouldn't have
did.
been 2011.
2012
We
then, or
graduated
no,
in
no, no, no. Yeah,
2010.
2008 maybe.
Probably.
Sorry, God,
Sounds
I'm
about
fucking
better.
old. Yeah, 2008. Man, I'm so old. I was thinking 2010 we started high school.
Don't be
Obviously,
saying
that's
you're
not right.
old because that
That's when
makes
we
me ancient.
Finished high school.
Right. So this is probably 2008,
89,
2007, maybe. Yeah. Somewhere around there. Steve is, and I keep wanting to call you Stevie because we always called you Stevie,
People do.
but
Just makes you wonder.
oh, you are
yeah.
such a good dad.
You like that?
So
So quick with them.
Yeah.
So Steve was the only one that could drive, and it was a boring summer day. We only had like a couple bucks between us. It was me, him, and Jerry, the
Enough
crew.
to buy poster board.
Yeah, so we ended up
That's all
going
that matters.
to Stoats, which is the local store in Belleville. Bought 2 poster boards, and I think and like a Sharpie, like a big Sharpie.
Probably.
And then we went to Steve's house because he said he has wooden stakes.
Okay.
So we got a wooden stake. We put these poster boards on each side of it and made a sign. Right.
Right.
We
Very like professional grade.
right.
Block letters and
Yes. Now what we did, why we did this is because we found out just driving around, we were doing nothing. Basically, there was near our high school, there was a dead cat
It
on the
sounds
side
like
of
the
the
cops
road.
have already heard this story.
Yeah, they're
and,
coming.
And now they're confirming it.
Yeah.
And they're
So
coming for you.
there was a dead cat on the side of the road.
We didn't kill the cat.
We didn't do it. We just noticed the cat.
Okay.
So we saw an opportunity. And we went and got these poster boards. We got this stake. We put it all together. And we made a sign that said free kitten with an arrow pointing down to the cat. And then it also said near mint condition.
Had an asterisk.
Yeah. Near mint
Near
condition.
mint condition.
And it was just great.
You were the one behind the cat?
Well, we
What?
didn't kill.
We didn't kill the cat.
No, you were the one behind the cat sign.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, have you heard that story?
Yes.
Okay. Have we mentioned it before?
I don't know on here.
I think me and Jerry might have.
I don't know.
That would have been an early episode.
I
Yeah.
just want to know, where did you come up with and why did you choose near mint condition?
It-
Who
it's
the hell
Probably
says that
something
about
we got off a
mint.
comedian or
who
something.
says that about an animal?
That's clearly dead.
It's
It
hilarious.
doesn't even matter alive or dead though. But who's ever considered an animal of any type a mint condition?
I don't know. It's
Collect
just what.
them all.
Yeah,
Pokemon,
right,
right?
It's just what came to mind. We said near mint condition.
Honestly,
What would you
I
have
might have
said?
seen the sign.
Yeah. Justin
It
might have
was,
seen.
I
it.
might have seen it.
It was
Yeah.
over near the high school.
I'm that old.
Yeah, it was near Clear Fork High School, basically right next to it. But that
Intersection
was
between
one
them.
of my more proud moments. And I will
That
say,
is hilarious.
at senior year, we had to do like a speech on yourself or something, like to describe yourself or whatever. And I put that picture of Jerry standing next to the sign. Yeah, going, yeah, like an old fucking sitcom. And I'm like, this is the kind of humor that I'm into.
Right.
And had to explain that to my whole high school class.
Oh god.
They loved it. Teacher didn't. Wonder why.
Cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But
That was her cat.
could have been.
Oh shoot.
What other things can you think of? I mean, we got literally a decade worth of stories at least.
I mean, like I already said, the Father's Day gift, that was a good one. My dad
Yep.
still got that hanging in his garage. So there is a road that has my last name, so it's got my name on it, right? It's mine.
Right.
Right.
It's his
That's,
property.
that's your ownership right there.
Yeah. So I think I was coming back from some kind of school thing. I was gone for like a couple weeks, and then it was Father's Day, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
what do I get, Dad?
he realized it was Father's Day the next day at like 10 p.m. at night.
So like
We were like, well, what are we gonna do? Like,
the sign. So
Right,
like my
we're
dad,
getting
he's
it.
got like a pole barn, right? He's got like a dude space,
Like a
where
man
it's
cave
yeah,
kinda
it's
thing.
A man cave, right? And I was like, he needs a road sign with our name on it, and it's got to be authentic.
right?
However, when you drive past a road sign, do you have any fucking idea how high they are?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're high.
Yeah, they fucking
they're
are.
like 9 foot tall.
And they're
think-
not just like buttoned on
He
there or
backed
anything.
up to it. I'm pretty sure I stood in the bed of the truck on top of something, and then had to like
Yeah, we didn't bring tools. We
move
just
it back
broke
and
it
forth
off.
until it broke. Yeah,
We broke the top of it off at a relatively busy intersection.
I got both signs, by the way. I gave the second sign to somebody who lived on that road.
Yeah, but we couldn't be picky. We couldn't just get one.
Mhm.
And because we'd have to like bend that one all up.
Mine was on
Right.
the bottom, so like,
Had to get both of them.
Absolutely.
so it's like it's still in my dad's.
And if you're gonna take all that time, why just get one anyway? I mean,
Right.
So like here I am, like it's not even just like an intersection. It's like an intersection of like three different. It's like, what do they call that? A three-way intersection.
Yeah, it's got like the triangle in the middle to where you can
So,
veer
like,
off and like.
This
Almost
sign
like
is,
a
on
roundabout
yeah, it's
ish?
like in
Kinda.
the island, pretty much, of like the roundabout, and like the truck is like illegally backed up to it at like 11
In the
at
middle
night,
of the road
and I'm just
with
like,
our lights off. And, yeah. Yeah, it was.
If any of you are from around here, you know where that sign has
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you know
you're
my
not
last
supposed
name.
to point that out. And the other
And it's
problem.
got like a notch out of the bottom from where I ripped it off.
The only
Oh my
problem,
gosh.
because you gave it to your dad, and I was excited for you to give it to him. I wasn't
He
there,
didn't
but
put it up for years.
yeah, you told me that he was like kind of like not upset, but like not super happy with
He's
it.
a little proud.
And well, the other problem is this road, this intersection, is only a mile and a half away from his
What are they
house.
gonna do? Come looking
So
for me?
his dad was like,
We're gonna put this away for a bit.
well, yeah, he put it away, but he's like, the Bollinger sign got stolen.
What last name?
Who do you think they're gonna contact?
Right. Who'd be the first one?
Who do you think stole the Bollinger sign?
But time out.
Maybe the Bollingers, right?
But
here.
time out. Because there was two signs, right?
Maybe
Yeah.
it was the Reenies.
But yeah, so how did they know which one?
A
was
simple
actually-
Google search.
how do they
One
know
of
which
them
one
is
was the
within a
initial?
mile.
I bet you there's some Reenies.
But no, how do they know which one was the initial go for?
Well, it doesn't matter though. The cops can Google the last names and be like, "Oh, there happens to be one of these within a mile."
Yeah, be like, well, I don't know, man.
Oh, they have a 17-year-old son.
Ain't that just some unlucky shit right there?
Oh, it's Father's Day.
I don't think that anybody on the police force in Belleville is smart enough to put any of those arrows together.
But your dad put it away for a couple years just in case they did.
It's on the wall now?
Yeah, which is fair.
That's understandable. But as a dad, I would say that would be one of those moments where, like, deep down, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Right.
It's one of the few gifts that, like, when I come home, I'm like,
yeah, but then on the outside, I'm like, I've got to set an example to my son and be like, that is a bad thing to do.
Right.
I'll say
But I
this.
fucking love it.
My parents were in, like, a tough spot because, like you said, I was a pretty good student, but I was just, like, fucking stupid, like, all the way through.
Yep.
So it's like
very good,
as a
book
parent,
smart,
it's like, what do you do? Like,
yeah, he's not doing anything wrong. He's not getting in
Right.
trouble legally, and his grades are A's and B's or whatever.
yeah.
Like,
so you
I
gotta
remember-
put them into a tough predicament there.
like this, I think puts my parents in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure. Where like, because my dad was pretty similar. Like I remember calling my mom actually after soccer practice and being like, "Hey mom, me and somebody, is it okay if we come to the house and shoot Roman candles at each other?" And he goes, "Oh really?"
I remember who that is. Are we not saying on purpose?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Logan.
That's awesome.
Logan.
Yeah, Logan.
And so she goes, "You want to come to the house and shoot fucking Roman candles at each other?" It's like, "Yeah, just in the backyard." And she goes, "You know what? Tell your dad. Tell your dad. Steve, tell him what you said. Dad, can we come to the house and shoot Roman candles at each other?" "Well, not at the house." "Oh, okay. We'll find somewhere else." So I think we did it like
Right.
in the middle of the road somewhere
Yep.
because that's safety.
So
Yep.
much more safe.
And
We didn't wear shirts
Yep.
to be safe.
Well, you don't want this shirt to catch on fire.
We wore helmets.
It's true.
Don't
And
want the
I'm
hair to catch on fire.
Exactly.
You wore your glasses too. I'm pretty sure both of you had
Just
glasses.
a helmet and like
Okay.
goggles. So it's the same friend that we used to. Dude, fuck, where did we get so many fireworks?
We did get a lot of fireworks all the time.
Homemade games like, let's see, you break the tail off of a bottle rocket and you just throw it in the middle of a circle of people,
Yep. We did that a
Okay.
lot.
right? And then it's like Roman roulette.
Yeah.
Russian
who's gonna get it?
roulette.
Roman
Roman
roulette.
roulette. Same
Okay,
thing.
all right.
Right. That'd be a fucking.
It's updated
spin
now.
the
It's Roman
candle.
roulette.
Right.
Oh,
Let's
F
see.
that.
Actually, one of the actual scary ones, we built a potato cannon at one point.
Yep.
Sorry.
It was
I don't
epic.
think you were there, but we did build
I used
a
it though.
couple of them, actually. And I think one of the first nights we were drinking, or at least I had ever been drinking, we were like, "Oh, hey, another fun game. What if we just shoot a fucking potato straight up in the air
And see
and
who it
see
hits.
who is the last person standing in the circle?"
A potato lawn dart?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And then
like
you basically had to have the nuts to stand there.
potato cannon
longest.
chicken. Yeah.
And
That
guess
reminds me of Grown Ups.
well, guess what you won if you stayed there the
A
longest?
concussion?
Nothing. Yeah, you
Absolutely
won nothing.
nothing.
You just had pride.
Did you had bragging rights? That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Cojones.
Unless you
Yes.
got hit and then you got made fun of.
Yes. Well, you would have been knocked
win.
out. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
win.
Oh man.
Biggest dumbass.
How I survive sometimes escapes my grasp.
Yeah. We played a lot with fire. Works bombs was a choice favorite. Have you ever made a works bomb? I think everybody
Probably
about our
illegal to
age.
say how to build them on here.
Yep.
Well, let's
Just need
promote
a
bomb
few.
building.
Just need a few ingredients. You're good.
Right. It's really easy.
We should probably stop that right there.
Yeah, we're not going to continue more, but yeah, that was a pastime that we did frequently. I would say.
And then I turned 18 and I was like, we can buy fireworks.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. I don't even know, man. There's so many more. This all happened by the time we were 16, 17, right around
Probably
there.
18.
Um,
We haven't even talked about shit that happened after that.
Oh, okay. So I want to. Wow, I totally forgot about this, and you're gonna hate me for bringing this up, but it's a great story. Oh, man, and we're gonna close the episode out with this because. Do you remember? I think what's it called? Short North. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah, I do. I know
You
where
remember
you're going
this
with
story?
then. Oh, yeah. Obviously. My
so-
first time ever in Columbus as like an 18-year-old, pretty much.
Yeah. So Steve played soccer. I think indoor soccer, which I think you guys have in common. and you were in shape. You were, skinny, good looking dude.
Let's like take a step back. One of our friends turned like 18 or something. We're gonna go clubbing at 18.
Yes.
Because everybody over 21 knows how fucking great that is to have 18-year-olds in the fucking bar.
Right.
So we do no research.
None.
And
we were originally, our big plans for the night was
cat
going to go to
lady.
KFC. That was going to be our big plans for the night.
Just gone to KFC.
And then we got a phone call and said, hey, you want to go clubbing? And we were 18 and fucking stupid.
And said yes.
And said, let's do it.
Pack 6 of us in a car
Absolutely.
and pick up this. She was probably like mid-20s cat lady.
I would say mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Mid-30s, mid-40s?
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe? Like,
Wow.
And so we
up
drive
there,
down to Columbus.
Our friend's friend.
Yeah.
We had no say in this matter. But, yeah.
Clubbing with a cougar.
And we drive down to Columbus. We go to this bar that like we looked up, and it's apparently been closed for like 6 months. So we flag down this guy on the street and go, "Hey, we're 18. Where can we go to a bar?" And he's like, "I don't know, just fucking that way."
Yeah, basically.
So we go to Short North. If you want to pick up.
So
Wow.
I didn't know what Short North was. I don't think you knew what Short North was.
I do now.
Yeah,
Oh,
we definitely
yes.
do now.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you're on the right track. So we
We go to.
we get what I don't even remember what it was called.
Fuck.
It was some bar, some club.
I didn't mean to offend anybody, but if you've been down
It's fun.
there,
Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah,
See.
we're getting there.
So we go to this bar and we get in. It's like there's clearly a show going on
my
or
favorite
about
part,
to go on.
My favorite part. Oh, dude, this is my favorite part of the whole
Well,
story.
like there's a show going on or about to go on. So we get there early. We get a booth. We're like right next to the stage.
Was it you or Rosie who went to the bathroom?
Rosie went
goes
to
to
the
the
bathroom.
bathroom and he
Yeah.
comes back and he goes, "Guys, I'm pretty sure I saw a poster. I think there's some kind of like show tonight. The lights go dark."
Yeah, and we were like, huh? Okay. And then, the lights go dark. And, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to try to describe what happened?
Oh, it was a drag show.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
we went to a drag show.
yeah. We
Front row.
Pretty much like
basically right there.
the stage was like there, and we're in like a booth, sober as fuck, with like lines on our hands.
Saying that
And-
we can't drink and we're losers.
The three guys are just like, "We're gonna go."
Yeah. We were like, yeah.
After paying like probably $15 to get in.
Yeah, we left. The girls stayed. We went to another. Well, we went to a
No.
house party, right?
We intended to. So I think it was actually before that, to the point that you want to get to.
Was it before that?
Before we went in, because all 6 of us were still together.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Super tall dude.
Yes.
comes up to
So
the group.
this dude, I think did we ask him for directions or no? We were just
Probably. I don't
walking.
know.
I don't
Maybe.
know. But we're walking down the street. There's all 6 of us. 3 dudes, 3 chicks,
He
right?
liked what he saw.
Yeah, and he's, I would guess, 6'7",
He's a big guy.
6'8", Snoop Dogg looking motherfucker, like tall. I don't think he was black though. Was he black?
I wasn't
think
sure
he
why
was
you said
white.
Snoop Dogg.
But like that build, like skinny as shit,
Yeah.
but super tall. I think he was a white dude, and he just comes up to Steve, who's, I mean, I'm not trying to harp on you. Like 5'6"
sure.
at the time, like pretty short.
Still am.
This dude's
I
like
didn't care. I was
this
just
dude's
kidding.
like 6'7", 6'8", and he gets in Steve's face and he goes, he said, "This is what's going on." And Steve's like,
I walked away.
oh, like didn't know what to do.
Like, I won't
I'm
say
not
that
a
I was
midnight snack.
homophobic. I would say that I was a lot less comfortable with it than I am now. Like,
Right.
now I'd be like, "Oh, dude, thank you." Like,
Right. This was
I don't
2010.
swing that way, but like,
yeah,
Appreciate you.
we weren't frequents to Columbus. We didn't know the vibe.
Right.
Nothing like that had ever happened to us. Like especially in the small town we grew up.
Right.
so I walked away from the gay guy hitting on me to go see a drag show.
Yes, and then we went to the drag show.
Oh, so this happened before the
Yes.
drag
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure. And so then we left
They
the
were
drag
just warming
show.
you up.
And then I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I bought like a $5 like handout off a homeless guy who was like, "Hey, do you want to support my newspaper?" I'm like, "Please, here's $5." Because I'd never met homeless people.
Yeah.
Well, he did actually have a good point, though. I don't know if you remember this, but this actually kind of stuck with me. I think you were just trying to act cool in the moment, but like it's legit. He bought one, and I was like, "Dude, why the fuck did you give him money?" And he goes, "Well, see, if you have one, the next homeless guy that comes up to you you can say, "Oh no, I already got one, man." Like,
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
like,
bro.
you don't have to worry about it.
And that would have been a great idea if we had stayed on the actual trafficked street. But instead, Rosie's like, hey, yo, I know some guys down here. We're going to go to a house party. Okay.
Right.
Never
Who's
been
gonna
to
turn down a
Columbus.
house party?
Okay, where do we have to go? 15th Street?
Right.
Okay. We're like south of 1st Street.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's possible to walk there. It took over an hour.
It took a long fucking time.
And so instead of walking there on like the main street where there would have been crowds and like other shops and,
lights
bars,
and
we go to the next street over and
It's
there's
just
none
pitch
of that.
black.
So I remember like
Sketchy.
walking like in a line of 3 of us because the sidewalk isn't wide enough for us to walk side by side. And then another guy starts following us.
Yep. Oh man, I forgot about that. He followed us for like
And then
probably
he's
like
like
4 blocks.
talking to Rosie, small talk. He's like talking about sports or some football. He's like, Rosie's like, oh yeah. And then the guy's like, you want to buy some $5 joints?
Right.
No, thank you, sir. There's joints where we're going.
Right, dude. Yeah, it was so awkward. We were all 3 of us like we'd never been in like these situations,
Right.
and it all hit us. We like he said, single file line. We're all basically just marching, the 3 of us.
Because I have no idea where we're going.
Yeah, we don't know where we're
The
going.
buddy system.
Rosie doesn't even really know
Just
where
keep
we're
going north. They said that
Yeah.
we're going to 15th. I think that sign says 4th Street.
Right. Only 11 blocks to go.
Right.
And like we just kept walking. Everybody realizes about 5 blocks in that this is a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
But we get there.
We have nowhere else to go.
There's
Yeah.
like, I remember walking past like a house like where the door like bursts open and people are screaming at each other. We just keep walking.
Yep.
Look.
We're like, what the
And
fuck?
we finally get there. And the guys are like, great, you're here. We're going to go kick somebody's ass.
Yep.
No, I don't want to.
I just want to drink.
Right.
I just want to drink
Well,
and
they
sit
said
down.
all the alcohol's gone.
Because it's like 11.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're about to go kick somebody's ass. And we're like,
I don't want to go.
these are the guys. Like we knew these guys. They were friends of ours, but like we just walked fucking 20 blocks.
I'd laugh my ass
Yeah.
off if they drove you guys back to the same spot you started from.
Dude.
Probably.
Like, let's go. And
No,
then you
we
guys,
walked.
So you guys walked to go kick the ass?
Yeah. And then I
I don't think we did. I think we went over because I think we finally got a call from Piper.
We started to go with them though, and then we got a call to meet the girls. Meet back
And
up
we
with the
sat
girls.
outside of UDF for like 15 minutes waiting.
Yep.
Are you here to pick us up yet?
And then I think we basically went home after that.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was the terrible night.
It was the worst fucking
That
night ever.
sucks.
And it was also our first experience, like really in a big city on our own. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. The girls had a blast, and we're like,
We probably should have stayed for the drag show.
our night was way different than
Right,
yours.
right.
So first time in Columbus, and you made it to the short north,
Yeah.
and you made it out.
We started in the short.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
With one hell of an experience, though.
It was crazy.
It was weird.
We got hours and hours of stories. We're already over an hour, which is wild.
Right.
Steve and Jerry show next time.
Yeah.
I don't know how Jerry never killed me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Patience of a saint.
Yeah, Jerry, so me and Jerry always talk about we have one video on YouTube. That's deep in YouTube. This was
I hope it's not still on YouTube.
it is. I look it
Do
up
not go
every
looking
couple
for it.
years. I'm not giving you guys any more information. I'm sorry, I can't do it. But this was posted. This was before anybody had a license. We were like 12 or 13.
Probably.
We were like 14, I think.
Jerry the magician.
Yeah, and this was right when YouTube came out. This is like 2005, 2006, something like that. And yeah, it's a video. I'm not even in it because, again, I'm the cameraman.
Right.
But it's him and Jerry doing magic because we realized new technology in 2006 that we can record a video and then hit pause and then restart the video.
Basically
and it acts
magic.
like a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like doing magic tricks. and
Basically, the best video effects you've seen since like I don't know, Endgame.
stuff. Yeah,
ever.
Spielberg. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Wild.
original Star Wars esque.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm about to look that up after we're done here. Sorry, guys.
It doesn't need any more views.
I
The more
can't-
traffic it gets, the more people might see it.
I have an idea for it, but I'll mention it off the air because
I'm gonna
don't say nothing.
I'm gonna flag it for copyrighted content.
But it's not. But yeah, I mean, we got hours and hours and hours of stories. Thank you, man, for coming on.
Absolutely.
I know it was a long drive. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories, the chaos. I mean, there's right when we get off of here, we're gonna think of more stories that are probably even better. But I mean,
Crazy.
yeah, craziness.
Maybe not most, some we shouldn't talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot that we
Those are
shouldn't
the
talk
best.
about. And those happened after we were 18, so we definitely can't talk about those.
Yeah.
Because we slowly progressed more and more into,
Shit you shouldn't.
Very slowly.
yes.
Patreon.
Yeah. Shut up, Justin. I'm going to mute that. That way they don't hear that. Damn it. Fuck. I told you no. You're cut off. You're muted for the rest of the episode because this is the end of the episode.
I
Shut
love
up.
you.
Don't say it.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Peace.
But yeah, dude, no. But yeah, guys, thank you
Get
for
out
checking
while you
out
can.
episode 66. Thank you again, Steve, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me,
And
guys.
please, guys, please rate, review everything. We haven't gotten a new rating in a long time, so please do that. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Let us know your thoughts. If you remember anything that me and Steve did, let us know.
If you have any videos, delete them.
Yeah, definitely delete them. But again, thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good night.
Till next week.
Peace.